Have you ever said something nice to a woman, and instead of making her smile, it just felt awkward? Or maybe you've held back from giving a compliment at all because you weren't sure how it would come across. What if I told you the right words, said the right way, can completely change how she feels about you and about herself? Welcome to Mind Matters Expert. Today, we're diving into something simple, but surprisingly powerful: compliments. Because, yes, everyone likes to be appreciated. But here's the truth. Compliments aren't always as easy as they sound. While everyone enjoys being appreciated, poorly delivered compliments can backfire. They might come across as insincere, overly rehearsed, or even make someone feel awkward or self-conscious. And when a man is complimenting a woman, the stakes can feel even higher. A kind word can easily be misunderstood as manipulation or unwanted attention if it's not genuine. So how do you strike the perfect balance? The answer lies in three things: authenticity, awareness, and thoughtful delivery. And here are 10 powerful compliments women genuinely appreciate, along with insights into why they work and how to use them effectively. Many men feel pressure to be the funny one in a relationship, often unintentionally overshadowing a woman's sense of humor. This can create an imbalance where she feels underappreciated, but recognizing her humor completely changes that dynamic. When you laugh at her jokes, respond playfully to her texts, or simply tell her she's hilarious, you validate a part of her personality that often goes unnoticed. It creates a relaxed, enjoyable connection and shows that you're not competing, you're appreciating. Saying something like, "That was a good one," "You're so funny," is simple, yet incredibly effective. Everyone wants to feel like they bring value into a conversation and into your life. Whether she's intellectually sharp, emotionally insightful, or simply has great taste in books, music, or films, acknowledging that you learn from her is incredibly meaningful. Make it specific. Maybe she introduced you to a new perspective, a great podcast, or a different way of thinking. That kind of recognition shows genuine respect, and it's far more powerful than surface-level praise. Saying, "I've learned so much from talking with you," can have a deeper impact than you might think. Of course, compliments about appearance are often the first that come to mind. But generic lines like "you're beautiful" are nice. They can also feel overused. What makes a real impact is specificity. Notice the details: her glowing skin, her expressive eyes, her well-kept hair, or even her nails. Many women invest time and care into these things, and when you recognize that effort, it feels personal and thoughtful. Just remember to keep it respectful. Avoid overly sexual comments unless you're in a relationship where that kind of language is clearly welcome. So instead of a general "you're beautiful," say something like, "You have such incredible eyes, lips, hair." It makes all the difference. Trust is one of the strongest foundations of any relationship, and also one of the least verbalized. If she's loyal and committed, acknowledging that trust can mean a lot, especially if there have been moments of doubt or insecurity in the past. Instead of letting jealousy creep in, expressing trust reinforces emotional safety. It tells her, "I trust you implicitly," and shows that you see her integrity and value it deeply. This isn't about comparing her to others. It's about appreciating her individuality. You know, everyone has quirks, habits, and unique traits they sometimes worry might be too much or too different. When you highlight that those very qualities are what make her special, it reassures her that she's appreciated for who she truly is. Telling her, "You're not like anyone I've ever met before," can make her feel seen and valued in a way that no generic compliment ever could. Of course, recognizing her skills and passions matters too. Whether it's her career, a hobby, or a passion project, recognition of her abilities goes a long way. The key here is knowing what actually matters to her. If she loves painting but dislikes her day job, compliment her art, not her office performance. When you acknowledge the things she genuinely cares about, it shows that you're paying attention on a deeper level. This kind of compliment builds admiration, not just attraction. Saying, "You're really good at what you do," hits right at her heart for all the effort she puts in. Next, let's talk about emotional impact. This one goes beyond surface-level praise. It speaks to how she affects you. Telling her that she brings out the best in you highlights her influence on your character, not just your feelings. It shows that being with her improves your mindset, your behavior, your outlook on life. Yes, it may sound a little cheesy, but it's deeply romantic and incredibly powerful when it's sincere. "I feel like I'm a better person when I'm with you" can truly make her feel appreciated on a profound level. Now, let's touch on desire. Timing is everything here. Saying something like, "You're one of the sexiest women I've ever met," Too early can come off as shallow or, overly focused on physical attraction. But in the right moment, especially when there's already comfort and chemistry, it can be incredibly affirming. Women often want to feel desired, not just appreciated. This compliment reassures her of that attraction, adding a spark of excitement and intimacy. For compliments about her appearance in general, balance is key. Too specific, and it might unintentionally create insecurity. Too vague, and it might feel meaningless. That's why a line like, "You look amazing as always," works so well. It's warm, consistent, and safe. Whether she's dressed up or completely casual, it reassures her without overanalyzing her look. Finally, let's get back to something simple. But honestly, it's also really powerful. Complimenting her presence and connection is one of the most meaningful things you can do. Telling her, "You're my favorite person to spend time with," communicates that out of everyone you could be with, she's the one you enjoy most. In long-term relationships, where routine can sometimes replace excitement, this kind of reassurance keeps the emotional bond strong. It reminds her she's still your first choice. So here's the truth. It's not just what you say, it's how and why you say it. The best compliments share three key qualities. They're genuine, you actually mean them. They're specific, they show you're paying attention. And they go beyond looks. They recognize personality, effort, and impact. When you focus on what truly makes her unique and valuable, your words won't just make her smile, they'll make her feel seen. Now, before we wrap up, here's a challenge for you. Which of these compliments have you never used before? Which one feels the most natural for you to say? And most importantly, who is the first person you're going to say it to? Take a moment to think about it, or better yet, go and say it today. Watch how it changes the mood, the connection, and maybe even the day of the person you care about. If this video helped you understand people a little better and gave you more confidence with your words, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe to Mind Matters Expert. Because sometimes, the smallest words create the biggest impact.